basis. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I think this pair would move in the following week. And please keep in mind that these videos that I'm recording are for educational purposes only, and please do not take these as signals. And okay, so this is the chart that we have on Canadian dollar versus Swiss francs, and as you can see, we have something which is looking like, it looks like a broad a narrow wedge. The price has been respecting my trend lines. Let me indicate the important areas that I have. Okay, as you can see, the price respected this area. It bounces from that area to this area, then back to this support line, and from support to resistance, from resistance to support, from support to resistance, then from resistance it goes back to support, and something happened on this area which I'm going to talk about on this tutorial. So this is the general movement of the price. As you can see, from the beginning it was a little bit broader, then it was going narrow. As you can see, it was going narrow like this, and the distances between the boundaries that happened on this trend, you can see from this point, from this bound to this bound, is a little bigger as compared from this rebound and this rebound that happened on this point. So the gaps between the boundaries, as you can see, these gaps, they are going small and small and small, which would mean that the price is being pressured inside the wedge. So this would mean that anytime the price would break, and if it breaks, we then look for a new direction which the price will take. Okay, so let me explain what I think will happen on this pair. As you can see, I have these arrows that are pointing the general direction that the price would take. I put this arrow that was last week on Thursday, when the price was playing around this area. It bounces back to this support line, as you can see, and something happened on Friday. The price broke this support line. As you can see, we have two candlesticks which are there are three candlesticks closing above this area. Let me zoom out so that I explain in a clearer way. Okay, so this is what happened. Price break out the channel with this candlestick. It closed above our support line, following another close which happened above again on our trend line, which is this candlestick, and the last candlestick is now a bearish, which closed again above our support line. So what would this mean on our next week trading? So this is what I'm expecting. As you can see, the price closed above the support line. So this candlestick, the bearish candlestick, this one, acts as a retest. And what happens when the price retests the broken trend line? The price, mostly when it retests, we expect something like maybe a hammer or any candlestick which shows a potential for a reversal of price. Maybe if you see a hammer candle closing again above this area, if it closes above this area, and we are expecting the price to then go up. If in this case, when the price closes back inside our support line, it would mean that this breakout is false and you are not taking it. But if the price will then close in bearish, or a hammer that would show that the price is now going up on maybe on Monday in the morning or anytime, we then expect something to happen in the bearish, in the bullish direction. So my arrows, sorry, let me delete this. So as you can see, I have this arrow which is going up. This arrow which is going up. This arrow is telling me that when a retest is successful at this point, we will expect the price to then go up. I'm not so sure how far it goes, but my trend lines, my horizontal lines, which I say they are demand and supply zone lines, they will tell me where the price would go in the following week. As you can see, we have this horizontal line at 75.14, and this line has been respected at several points. As you can see, okay, the first one was a breakout which happened here at this point, and we have several lows at this point, following another lows at this point, plus a breakout, and some highs at this point. So this would mean that when the price reaches that line, anything would happen again in the following week. So the price would maybe bounce from the current point back to the line, and when it fails to close above this line, it may mean that the price will bounce back to this horizontal line, which is here, and a close above this line at this point would expose the next line, which is this line, which is at 75.71.0, and if price again fails to close above this line, it would mean that the price will bounce back to this horizontal line, which is at this point, and anything would happen in the next price movement. But as you can see, our last demand and supply zone line, which I put at 76.35, let me just indicate, this is where our wedge started to form. So the price would need maybe to go back to that point. But I'm not saying this is certain that the price will reach that area. You need to see all important areas. A close above each and every trend line that I'm having on this chart would mean that the next line is exposed. So you need to watch that carefully when you are trading this pair. As you can see, as I have said, the first line which we are expecting the price to reach is this trend line that I've just drawn, and a close above it will expose this one, and a close above it again will expose this one. So the movement would maybe like from this point to this point, breakout, retest, breakout and retest, then go to this next line, and maybe breakout and retest, then expose the following line. And each and every time when the price fails to close above those trend lines would mean that the price will bounce back to the previous trend line. As you can see, we have this line which is at 74.84.8. The price, if the price bounces at this point and back and fails to close above this area, would mean that it will bounce back to this trend line, and if it closes below it, it would maybe expose our trend line again, which means the price would need to go back and retest our support line, and anything would happen from there. So if you are trading this if you are taking this on your next week trades, please make sure that you wait for the candlestick, for a bullish candlestick to close again above our support line, which is this line. If you see a bullish candlestick closing again above this line, it means the price is done with the retest, and we are then expecting some movements to happen going upwards. And please respect these horizontal lines. You need to set them as your take profit areas. If you are certain that the price will reach the last trend line that we have at 76.35, you will then maybe need to set it as your take profit. If you are not certain, then you need to take the closest one so that you won't regret, because we know that the price doesn't move in a single straight line. It goes up, back, up, down, up, down, up, down, but there's a general direction that you need to follow. If you want to follow this movement, if you want to get updates about the movement of this chart, please make sure you join my WhatsApp group or like my page so that you get the updates, my Facebook page, or join my Telegram channel so that you get these updates on daily basis. Okay, this is the 4-hour chart. I think I will be posting each and every update maybe within 8 to 12 hours of price movement. So you need to keep in mind that these lines are very important. Each and every line on this chart is very important, and make sure you respect each and price movement that would happen so that you won't be surprised when something happens. You need to know that this would happen. Please keep in mind that anything, if you see any point that the price has been respecting, please try to respect it so that you won't regret. Because if you try to ignore some of the areas on your setup, you will regret it. You regret it. You need to be successful in forex trading, so please try to respect each and every area that the price has been respecting, and expect the same that the price would need to respect that area again in the next future. And if you are facing any challenge in trading, maybe because of different reasons, maybe some traders are too great, maybe some traders are not able to use proper risk management, some traders are not able to set to I mean to look for better entries on their setups. Some traders are not able to set the stop loss lines and the take profit lines. Please feel free to contact me, and I will help you on how to trade, because I'm training people on how to trade. I'm doing mentorship. I'm doing a lot of things on forex trading. So feel free to contact me so that you get assistance before you lose your money in forex trading. And I'm also doing an investors account where you invest your money and we trade the account as a family. It's like it will be a group, or maybe I should just say a family. A lot of people invest in that account, and you'll be able to see each and every trade that we take on that account, because we give you login details so that you can actually see how much have we made on this particular week. And you can also join account management. Maybe you have your own big account and you don't want to join these small investments. You can do that. We can assist you on that. So please feel free to contact me on the details that I will put on the description of this video. View the description of this video so that you get the contact details, and please do not forget to subscribe to this video so that whenever I upload a new video, you get the notification. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a blessed, profitable week next week.